Welcome back, Love Stylers. Today we're in the kitchen doing a grocery haul for the Carnivore Keto diet where I lost 55 pounds in 8 sizes and my husband lost 100 pounds. And this is how we eat here. Thank you for subscribing. If it's your first time here, I want to thank you for tuning in. And we talk a lot on this channel about lifestyle changes you can make, the Carnivore Keto diet, and pursuing your art. So we just went to the store. Now we go to a local grocery store down the street. We don't order anything. We don't have to have all different accounts from different stores. Right up the street, they sell very good meats. They sell very fresh vegetables and fresh meats from the regional area in which we live here in Tennessee. So we like to do that and go with the circadian rhythm of the area. So I'm going to go through each of these items and give you a good idea of what you could buy at the store to keep on your journey of losing weight or to help you start. It's like, what do I buy, Misty? Some of this food here, and I'm gonna go through it one at a time. So let's start here. I'm just gonna reach over and talk about sausages. These are Italian sausages, not sausages. And these are very versatile. You can thaw them out. They thaw out quickly in case you forgot to take something out to eat. We like having this on a weeknight with some sauerkraut on the side or kimchi, maybe a little pickles. And you can put some hot sauce on these if they're not hot enough. So they're very versatile and very delicious. We also like to enjoy in our house cube steak. No one talks about cube steak on the carnivore diet. These are also easy to thaw out. Also great for a lunch if you intermittent fast like we do in this household. It's just Andrew and I here. This is enough food for 2 people. And this is about 170 bucks. And we can eat off this for 1 to 2 weeks. Depends how hungry we are. Try some cube steak with some eggs. Very easy to prepare in a pan, 2 minutes aside. Also, we have chuck eye steak. If you've not tried to look for chuck eye steak, this is off of a chuck roast. We all know that chuck roast is very tender, very delicious. You usually make a roast in a crock pot, but they actually cut the good part off of it. For steaks, you can fry these up like a regular steak, salt and pepper, maybe some garlic powder, and they're cheaper than some other cuts of steaks. So look for chuck eye steak in the store. Get your Boston butt back and eat carnivore by eating Boston butts. I love smacking that. You can sear this in the air fryer, guys. I seared mine in my air fryer last week. Threw it in the crock pot, set it and forget it, to borrow someone else's tagline there, but it's really true. You can do other things around the house. It cooks itself in the crock pot. You throw a little bone broth in the bottom or some water, just a little bit though. And then you have pulled pork and you can eat that for a couple of days. You know, something like this Boston butt here is a couple of pounds without getting my glasses on. 2.77 pounds, $8. You can eat off it 2 or 3 times if there's only 2 of you, or feed the whole family. So we also indulge in chicken in this household. These are chicken breasts. Now on the carnivore diet, you want high-fat meats like I have named so far. This does not have a lot of fat in it. So let's talk about chicken breasts just for a second. And I will tell you, you can add fat. Cook up some chicken breast. You want to make a Alfredo sauce with this. I have this on my Instagram. The recipe is there. And I even flashed it in a couple of videos. Chicken Alfredo, a little sour cream. Mix that up with some heavy cream and some Parmesan cheese on the stove. And you won't need to go to Carrabba's. So these chicken wings are from Amish farms. And they don't have antibiotics, and they were raised humanely. You want to eat a good source of meat if you can afford it. If you take the time, it's there. Look for it in your grocery store. It's better for the body. And you will find a difference if you try this. If you haven't tried to eat humanely, I'm going to recommend that you do so. Experiment. If you can afford the extra dollar, get the chicken wings. Have hot wings. There's collagen in all of those pieces, parts you're chewing on when you're having hot wings. It's so good for you. Don't throw away your chicken bones. Make bone broth like I do. Check out my Instagram. I just made a whole couple of jars last night, 4 jars of bone broth for my old chicken bones. Because you want that collagen, natural collagen, not the powder. It's great for the body. Okay. What else do we have, Misty? Oh, salami. You know, you can do salami, capicola. We have pepperoni. You can make this for a lunch, guys, during the week. Throw it in your lunch bag. You can add some provolone. And then you have like a nice little meat and cheese tray, antipasto. And people look at you and say, man, she's got a fancy lunch today. I wish I would have thought of that. So don't be afraid to do some of these cured meats. It's not ideal on the carnivore diet, carnivore keto, to do a lot of cured meats. They do have a couple extra ingredients in them. Nothing scary if you keep it in the box and have it once in a while. Which leads me to hot dogs. Now these are all natural, uncured beef hot dogs, 100% grass-fed, Applegate. And these are delicious. You know, I never liked hot dogs that much in my life. Since I've gone carnivore keto, 90% carnivore, 10% keto, I am loving some of these little treats that make you feel like you're having something bad, like hot dogs, when you're having something good for you, especially if it's grass-fed beef. I forgot to mention the other 2 staples in our household, of course, Filet Mignon. Now, it's like, Misty, I can't afford Filet Mignon. Yeah, you can. A packet of cookies, Oreos. What are those, $5, $6? This is $22. Yes, there are 2 steaks. Yes, this is one meal in our house. We have it with some cauli mac and cheese, and Andrew loves that, so we have that once in a while with the cauli mac. I sometimes have the steak plain with some butter. Maybe we throw some blue cheese on there. And this is a weekend fun thing. Once a week, we have a nice steak, like a filet mignon. And of course, very versatile. You can do so many things with ground beef. This is 85-15, 85% lean, 15% fat, grass-fed ground beef. This was only $5, guys. Grass-fed is not that much more expensive. It's like $1 more. And you will find when you eat grass-fed beef that you just have an easier time digesting it. And it just feels lighter on the body, easier on the body than grain-fed. You don't want those hormones in there. Try grass-fed if you have not. Meatloaf, meatballs, use pork rinds. Instead of breadcrumbs, you'll never go back, I promise you. Throw some of this Gorgonzola on your steak for a little bit more fun and variety. So I'm gonna put that in front of the steak because these two go together great. It's great on burgers too. That leads me to thinking about cheese. This is Quesadilla Mexican melting cheese. Olé. If you haven't tried this yet, I'm going to tell you something about this. So I just started experimenting with this probably in the last 4 or 5 months. There is less crap in this cheese than there is in some of these shredded cheeses. These shredded cheeses, they have potato starch in there, and that's carby. We don't want to be doing carbs if we can help it. It's not the worst thing if you're going to eat some shredded cheese, guys, but I want to tell you that this little dupe right here is called melting cheese. You do not have to melt it. It tastes good plain. I actually like the taste of this better than most cheeses I have had because it has a little extra salt. When you're on the carnivore diet, a little extra salt will just help you that much more. So we got that cheese. Tillamook. Oh my God. Andrew, you weren't supposed to open this. Jeez. Someone's gotten into it, but Tillamook is very good cheese. Even though I was just dogging it out for the potato starch, that's just to keep it shelf life proof or something. But Tillamook cheese is very good. We like it. These little snack cheeses are great. Throw them in your lunch bag. You know, you can do that instead of the provolone with your other meats that we talked about. Someone else has been into the pork rinds. We already had some, so we didn't buy any more of these until we finish this bag off. Pork rinds are versatile. I use them for breading on chicken and everything, and it comes out just like fried chicken. Again, you can use them in your meatballs. If you snack, which we try not to in this household, you can have pork rinds for a snack. It's animal fats. It fills you up. I'm pretty sure there's collagen in there. I'm not sure about that, but they're decent. They're a very decent snack on this way of eating. What is next? Heavy whipping cream. Heavy whipping cream is a staple. We drink coffee here at Love Style. Yes, we do. In the morning. And a little bit of heavy whipping cream, which has no carbs in it, is what you want to try. If you've not tried it, you do not want to drink half and half or milk if you have heavy whipping cream around, because there's less carbs in heavy whipping cream. It's more pure than the other two, and it'll help you lose weight if you transfer it over. Do not drink the creamers with all of the chemicals in them. Stay away from those. They have sweeteners and sugar, and they're very addictive. They make you hungrier. So the heavy whipping cream will keep you satiated until lunch, especially if you're intermittent fasting like we do. This is one of my treats. Yes, it is not fully carnivore. There is sugar in here, not very much. There are other ingredients. If I want to have a little bit on my coffee now and then, like a dessert, or in my tea instead of a dessert, I'll squirt some of this on there. It's a little bit of sweet, and it's not going to kill you. If you want to use a little whipped cream in your tea or coffee, or maybe your keto hot chocolate, and that goes very nicely. And I want to say something, guys, before I continue. I want to say this diet of doing carnivore keto combination, whichever way you want to do it. You can do more keto than carnivore. You can do more carnivore than keto like we like to do. I want to say this is for regular people who go to a regular grocery store. You may not have a lot of money like we do not. This is all regular food, nothing fancy here, as you can see. No salmon roe, no caviar, no pork brains. We do have a pork butt. If you're afraid of the carnivore diet, don't be afraid. This is very doable. I eat hamburgers with bacon and cheese like 2 or 3 times a week. For a nice treat, we've been drinking this blueberry green tea. Guys, tea has nothing bad in it as far as I can tell. Green tea is supposed to be good for the body. It's supposed to help you lose weight, they say. And throw some whipped cream, a little heavy cream in there. You're good to go. That's like a nice snack. And you'll get used to that being almost like a treat, like a sugar treat. But it's not quite a sugar treat. You can put a little honey in there if you want to experiment. Some carnivores like to experiment with honey. I've been trying it. I'm kind of digging it. I don't know what it does for me. It gives me a little boost of energy, I think. Not too much, just a little here and there. This is the craziest item I have on this chopping block. Sunflower butter. It's like Misty, that is not carnivore, that's a plant. I know, but I like peanut butter. I break out when I eat peanut butter. A lot of people have problems with peanuts. If you have not tried to transition over to sunflower butter, I'm going to tell you this. It's a great transition. There's a little bit of sugar in here, guys. And if you need a little bit of something to finish off your meal and cleanse your palate, some 85% dark chocolate, with some sunflower butter instead of peanut butter. Might be more useful, might work better in your body. There's less oxalates and toxins in sunflower butter than there is in peanut butter. If you haven't tried dark chocolate, 85%, you could even start with 70% and move your way on up to 85% and then on up to 100 if you want. I'm not up to 100 yet. Anyway, if you love Reese's, try these together. Don't do a whole bar. Don't do 5 tablespoons. Do a tablespoon and maybe a half a bar to start. And that's a great dessert. You can have a sweet thing now and then on the carnivore diet, on the keto diet, and still go right back to eating meat mostly. You have your sides, a couple of dairy products. As we talked about, you may want to include a little vegetable, which we're going to get to that next soon, because I wanted to mention the eggs. You want to get organic eggs, guys. These are really good. Born free. The chickens were free to roam. I don't know what they do. They play tag or something like that. I don't know a chicken's life. But I do know that these eggs are delicious and nutritious. An egg yolk is like a multivitamin. So please include eggs in your diet. Throw them in with some steak. Treat it like a side dish with your steak and some butter, and you're good to go. It fills you up, and it's very delicious. Speaking of delicious, I forgot to mention, this is out of order because we already did the meats, but I don't think I'm going to get kicked off the show just yet. $9.60, grass-fed beef patties already made up for you. Throw them in the air fryer. Have them for lunch. Throw them in your lunch for work. And, you know, they're less than $1 a piece. And I'm telling you, you don't need the bun. Just throw some cheese in there, some cottage cheese maybe, which I didn't even mention. Speaking of cottage cheese, since we were doing dairy, cottage cheese. I like smacking things, I guess. Don't I? I'll stop smacking the cottage cheese because I love it. This guy right here is my friend. He's a great side with my meat. I'm still smacking him. It has enzymes in it. It resembles yogurt in that way. It is a fermented food of sorts. Do not buy yogurt in the store. It is filled with sugar. Even the plain stuff has sugar in it and other ingredients. It's more pure. It makes you feel satiated and full instead of yogurt. And that got me thinking about sour cream. My other buddy. I make my Alfredo sauce with sour cream. Like I said, Parmesan and a little heavy whipping cream. Just whisk that on the stove with your chicken. Maybe throw broccoli in if you're doing a little veg. Sour cream is versatile. We do like a taco meat with our grass-fed beef. And we throw some cheese on top and a little sour cream and guacamole. We're good to go. It's very filling. And this will just add a nice richness to your meal. You can make sauces with this, which let me know in the comments what you want to hear from us, because I want to do like some recipe videos. And I'm not really sure what my audience, you guys, want from me. If you have any questions at all, I'm an open book. I will answer you, and I try to answer within 24 hours. Back to the sour cream. I have a couple of sauces I make with this to put with my chicken or my beef, and I kind of want to do some recipes, so let me know if you're interested. Okay, let's get to some veggies. It's like, Misty, I thought you did carnivore. I do, 90%. And 10% of the time, I allow some vegetables, and it adds a nice variety to have a few vegetables now and then. Because when you're eating carnivore, besides all of the wonderful things it does for your body, and please watch my other videos, because this video is geared more towards what we actually eat. And we lost so much weight, we're going to keep eating this way, and we're feeling great. And watch some of my other videos. My 1 year on carnivore is a very popular video. Check it out to see all the benefits. And speaking of benefits, this is one of the vegetables we allow. Yes, it has been opened. It didn't come from the store, already opened. This is basically a hot sauerkraut called kimchi. Now, I hadn't heard of kimchi until a couple of years ago. It's basically sauerkraut with some peppers in there. If you're not allergic to peppers, you can try some kimchi. It is a fermented food, which means it is good for your gut microbiome, to use the term of the times. And that just means if you have leaky gut and you've gotten fats, that it will help seal your gut wall and improve your stomach from the inside out. You can have a little fermented food that helps. And another fermented food we like to eat is pickles. Everyone likes pickles. I don't think I've ever met someone who doesn't like pickles. And that's a fermented food too. Things with vinegar, things that have been cured with salt and vinegar seem to help the body somehow. And I also like banana peppers. And this is a new thing lately I'm trying. On the side with my meat, I throw some banana peppers in the mix. And I've been liking how it makes me feel. It just makes you feel more balanced. I even think fermented foods help with your electrolyte balance. Avocados. I kissed them because I love them so much. Avocados are full of potassium. Speaking of electrolytes, you got to keep the potassium up, guys. When you're on low carb, you will lose certain electrolytes from your body a little bit faster because you're losing so much water weight. This will help you a lot if you consume avocado once or twice a week. We like to include that to help with our electrolytes and our minerals that we want our body to keep. So get a can of green beans. They don't go bad. You can throw this in with your lunch, have some steak or a burger with some green beans for lunch, throw some butter in the mix. This is one of the staples, again, in our household. For some veg, the little bit of veg that we do. Speaking of veg, Brussels are a nice treat. We like to have this with our steak on the weekend, once or twice a week. Seems to go very well with steak. Just fry it in that grease when you're done cooking the steak. You don't even have to clean the pan. And my last maybe item here is cauliflower. I love cauliflower. You can make cauliflower pizza crust. Cauliflower is very versatile, guys. Look up some cauliflower recipes. We use it all the time. We like to do a faux mac and cheese. That is probably the best thing, in my opinion, to make with cauliflower. You will not miss the macaroni, and you won't have the carbs. This is all for your health, to help you lose weight. I want you to consider doing the carnivore diet. Try it for 30 days. I forgot the popsicles. Mister, you can't have popsicles on this. I'm going to allow it. Guys, these are not really carnivore or keto. They might be keto. There's a little sugar in these. I just want to add this at the end of this video. If you feel like you need something sweet and you don't want to eat a piece of cake, you don't want to eat a Twix bar, try one of these. There's a lot less sugar. And sometimes we allow this in our household. Outshine bars, no sugar added. Be sure to get the blue pack, no sugar added. That's just the fruit itself. The last thing I want to say is we don't have here any bacon. Oh my God, I even have a bacon sign. And I want to say this. We're going to do a Costco grocery haul. If you're interested, stay tuned. But bacon should be here with the rest. We still had some though. Guys, I'm going to preach just for a minute. These are all regular food items in the store, sitting right there on the same shelf as the junk food items. All you have to do to lose weight and feel awesome, like we've been feeling on the carnivore keto diet, is to just redirect, have a new perspective on where to look for these items in the store. You want to shop around the outer aisles. You really shouldn't need to go into the center aisles for very much. Maybe some bone broth if you haven't learned to make your own. Maybe some pork rinds. Maybe some seltzer, which I forgot to mention. Woo, bubbly. we drink the bubbly. It's very easy to choose the wrong item. It doesn't mean you're dumb. It just means I'm going to change my perspective on what foods I actually put in the cart. That's the only difference between people who are successful at losing weight and people who are not. But they're just choosing a different item on the same damn shelf. Change your perspective. Enjoy these kind of foods. Nothing here is not delicious. Everything here is delicious. And we're really enjoying this. And you can get very creative. You can make some sauces. Sour cream, mustard, put some hot sauce in there, mix it up. Make your own Dijonnaise. There are things you can do. It could be fun. And when you see your life starting to change and you see the pounds coming off and the fat disappearing and the cellulite going away and your sex drive increasing and your lust for life returning and you're picking up your guitar again and you're writing songs again, or you're continuing on writing your book or doing the things that you love to do, you may paint, you may make jewelry, the creative things, making movies, making YouTube videos. Let's get back to our true self and be our best version and eat regular food. It's just a different choice on the shelf. That's all it is, guys. And I know you can do it. And we want to thank you for tuning into Love Style today for our first grocery haul. Please let me know in the comments if you enjoyed any of this kind of video. This is something new we're trying, and we really want to get the word out there so we can lose weight together and be our best versions. And thank you for listening to our music, and we'll see you next time on Love Style. Peace and out.